There's so little time in between the two of them.
It's very rapid, it's true.
It's crazy.
But I guess I shall introduce everyone here. Basically, I'll let you go first.
Sure, go ahead. So we'll start on the right. All right.
Hi, I'm Amory, Amanda Fry. I'm the associate producer on Archeage.
And I'm Victoria Voss. I'm also known as Firekate, and I'm the lead producer for Archeage.
And I guess ladies first. So my name's Evan. I'm known as Scapes on the forums. I'm your community manager. And we not just have one sheet of rundown, we got 2 sheets of rundown today.
Ooh,
So
many sheets.
a lot of stuff to talk about. And as we started with, that was of course our end of alpha event as mentioned. We really, really appreciate all the alpha testers who came out, who stuck it out.
Awesome.
I know those were a crazy last 6 hours. I was really bummed that I couldn't attend because I was stuck at PAX, but I heard really good things. I saw the screenshots. You did, it's true, yeah. But yeah, I was just meeting streamers and I was talking to folks and watching the tweets roll in. That was fun too. Not as fun as being in it.
Yeah, it wasn't as fun.
No, it wasn't as fun.
No, it wasn't as fun.
So, how did open beta go, guys?
Open beta was really, really awesome. We actually had a couple of records during open beta, which was pretty awesome. We had the most number of downloads that we've ever had for a beta event, which is admittedly expected for open beta. But the really cool thing was that we had the highest number of signups for showing interest in Archeage that we've had in, I think it was the biggest weekend ever.
It was.
So there's so many of you that are excited about coming and playing Archeage, and we are super, super excited about playing with you guys. You probably didn't hear before, but Amory and I were talking about the fact that on Friday we are planning on eliminating all meetings from our schedule.
Yeah, they were trying to schedule me, and I'm like,
no,
I got farms to place.
I have a house to get. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait till we get started.
I think actually most of our meetings have ended with, and what server are you guys rolling on?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, no, we are just as excited as you guys to get this ball rolling. Let's see, we actually managed to do some other special things with the open beta, like being able to grant part of the Founders Pack as well. So it's really cool to see the, and I'm going to totally forget the name, the Glass Phoenix?
That is
the
correct.
Glass Phoenix glider, actually being used in the game and people showing it off in the videos. And the Desert Assassin costume. I'm so glad I'm remembering these after all this information in my head. But yeah, we told you guys we're going to try to get them in, and we managed to. So yay! As we just to kind of preempt people who are wondering, yes, you do get them reissued at the beginning. Head start, no worries on that front. And then we also actually saw some improvements, not just to well, not just the build moving pros, but also the servers improving as well.
Yep. So at the beginning of open beta, we saw, of course, with every beta and with Head Start and launch, we keep an eye very closely on the servers themselves and how their CPU is performing, how the memory is doing, how the network traffic is flowing in and out. And during the beginning of open beta, we saw a little more stress on those servers than we're really comfortable with. So we were actually really lucky to have a group of people, I can't talk today.
It's okay.
Have a group of people.
It's okay this week. Sorry.
From XL Games here in our studios. So we have folks in Austin and here in Redwood City. And those guys were able to pitch in, work right alongside our operations team, make some changes, and significantly reduce the lag on the servers or on the servers, the hardware itself, and as well as making sure that we ended up with, I think it was something like 50% better performance. Yeah. It was really amazing.
It was drastic and immediate.
Huge.
So
Yeah.
It's good to find now.
Yes.
And then I don't know if you clarified, we actually have engineers in both offices.
Yes.
Both here and Austin.
Yep.
Yeah. So open beta was awesome. Good times had there. And I've actually been watching for more videos to come out of that, but I really wanted to show off the alpha test instead, the end of alpha event.
Because we like to make him jealous.
It's true. No, it is true. So we obviously got a lot of data out of how open beta went. We've been seeing the players, we've been seeing your feedback in the forums, no worries on that front. And I guess just to kind of reiterate, for those who haven't noticed already, we've been actually responding on the boards to a lot of the hot topics you guys are asking about. This ranges from everything from Archeam to labor potions to all the other hot topics in between. Even just, I don't know, like 2 hours ago, I posted this massive response to a bunch of really burning issues from the live stream, from the thread about questions for the live stream. Thank you. But we're glad to go through them again, honestly, because you know, we're here and you guys are here, and we'd love to
it's important
talk
info.
about
I mean, obviously, a lot of this is hot topic stuff, right?
Yeah.
People are interested in hearing answers to. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess we could just go down the list
Yeah,
and
sure.
talk about them all. So we did do some changes to Marketplace in
Yes.
terms
Yes.
of its inventory.
Yes.
I guess just for those who are not already aware, what kind of stuff do we do?
So at the beginning of open beta, we removed the crafted items that were on the marketplace from CB4. We were testing them in CB4, and folks weren't that happy with them.
Very
We
clear.
weren't that happy with
Yeah.
them. Didn't make sense to keep them
Yeah.
there, so we took
Pulled
them
that one
off.
out.
Also makes alchemists a lot happier, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
always a good thing since I want to be an alchemist. And so we also changed the labor potion for OBT and made some changes to that to test those out. And that test was useful. I don't want to say I call it a success.
Useful.
But it was
Educational,
useful.
yeah.
It was very educational.
We have data. We have hard data and
Yes.
numbers.
We have hard data and numbers. And we also have the comments from you guys on the forums where you said that you didn't really like the 4-hour cooldown labor potion. So we are talking with Excel to change that back. So we have the 12-hour cooldown labor potion, which will help reduce the amount of labor that you can actually get that way.
And with the old pricing as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically revert back to the previous version of that potion.
Yep.
Like we told you guys from the beginning, that was a test. It was us experimenting. It's what we were using open beta for. I think we were pretty clear about it from the get-go, but yeah, as you can tell, we are reverting it because we got the information we needed.
Yep.
Thank you
Yeah,
for your
that
help
was
on
good.
Thank
that.
you.
Seriously.
There.
Yeah, and again, the polls you guys have been posting, the very constructive feedback, like actually surprisingly just measured and really thoughtful this time around. And I really appreciate it personally because I'm the one going through and reading it all and reporting it up, and it's been great to have you guys talk about. Look, this is our experience from beta. Here's our experience from before. Really good comparisons. Super helpful. Seriously.
Yep.
Other than that, let's see other fun stuff. The costumes were removed,
Yep.
but it
Yes.
was a temporary
Temporary,
thing.
yes,
And
temporary.
also part of that was that they it actually happened in an earlier build, but some of you will remember that the stats got removed too as well.
Yes.
And our rationale for that.
Right. So basically, trying to prevent selling best in slot items on the store, right? Or
Basically,
selling power on the store. Because when you have a costume that's only available from the store and it has stats on it, that is automatically a best in slot item, right? And so the idea is these are cosmetic only. They should be sold as cosmetic only.
Not best in slot.
Costume items in general are now intended to be cosmetic, including the ones existing in the game. So stats have been removed from those right now.
Yeah.
Cosmetics, so costumes are just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I've seen. I think it was on Twitter actually. Someone was saying that hashtag free the mankini. He really wants that. He really wants that swimsuit back. So
swimsuits are
So
pretty
they're
bad.
coming back.
They're coming back.
they are with
so
a
we-
vengeance.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to see that. We've mentioned before that our OBT build is basically our launch build. We are talking with Excel about tweaking some things in it, and we'll mention that as we move forward. But the core of the build is ready for launch, and as part of that, we removed the costumes from the marketplace. So at launch, they're not going to be there.
Yep.
They're coming back later because they're really kind of fun and cool.
That's right.
I'm seeing a lot of people asking about our next topic, but I did want to head one thing off at the pass because I saw it and I know it's not in my queue of things I want to talk about. So quickly on costume helmets, they're actually part of the same model, so they actually can't be removed. It's not like the helmet on your actual character because that basically just says, oh, behave like character not wearing helmet, remove.
Right. It's an
Does-
override on your character appearance, basically, completely. So where
Yeah.
your armor is individual item IDs, and you can show or hide individual item IDs. The costume is a single item ID, and you can't hide parts of it.
So.
Think of it like you were trying to hide one sleeve of a jacket.
Yeah.
It kind of doesn't work.
Sounds pretty badass though.
I know, it would be a cool jacket. That one.
So that's the answer on that one. So I guess moving right along, Archeage scarcity. Popular topic on the forums, popular topic I think on our subreddit, on our Twitter, and on our Facebook as well.
Yes, pretty much. Again, thank
Pretty
you.
much all around. So.
Thank you all for
Yeah.
the great feedback, for the folks who opened up bags and bags and bags and bags, and actually recorded everything that you got so that we can start seeing, like actual on-server drop rates. One of the really interesting things when it comes to trying to figure out the right drop rate is that the number in the database often doesn't match the number that you see on the servers. So we've seen this with Rift, we see this with our other games. With Archeage, of course, we're not the ones that are setting those initial numbers. So we actually, at this point, I don't even know what the drop rates are. are supposed to be in the database.
Right.
Oh wait, we have
Forgive me,
guests.
we're getting trolled right
We
now.
are getting trouble. These guys are from Excel Games.
I like how you can't see their heads.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Apparently, they decided to come over and say hi.
Yes.
Um,
So those guys have been here in the office actually since last week
Yes.
as part of the support team for launch from Excel Games.
And they've actually been keeping as late nights as I
know,
have,
no,
which
they've been-
is
yeah,
really
yeah,
late,
they've been
especially given the
really
jet
late.
lag and everything.
yeah,
so
they've been great guys.
kudos to them.
So, right. So what you see on the servers doesn't actually match what's in the database, which is part of our challenge. So with the data that you guys have given, we are able to take that, take our own research internally, and actually make a nice little bundle of information to talk to Excel with
Yep.
about what makes sense. Because a lot of the challenge that we're seeing here is the difference between the different markets. And what works in one market doesn't necessarily work in another.
Absolutely. I guess to reiterate something we've said both on, let's see, Scott said it, Scott our CEO, forgive me,
Yeah.
first name, on Reddit, I said it on the forums, we've said it I think on a couple of other channels. Basically, the initial notion was that we would actually have all 3 Archeage types adjusted with the introduction of the Archeage supply crate.
Yes.
As mentioned, and I think as you were
They
getting
were
towards,
adjusted,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
not to the point that the adjustment was visible on the servers.
Yep. And I think just one other thing to kind of point out was also that it was never intended, the supply crate that is, was never
No.
intended to be the
not
primary
the
source of
point,
Archeage.
yeah.
It's not the point of that crate. So
It is literally supposed to be a bonus on top of a reasonable drop rate. You're supposed to be able to be like, oh, hey, cool, I got a bonus from this, which also leads into the tooltip.
right.
We are rewording that tooltip because it's the bonus is because it's rolling a separate table that includes Archeum. It's supposed to literally be you, instead of getting one item, you get a bonus item and it's Archeum. Yay, awesome! So we are also rewording that to be more clear.
And then just to actually tack on to you mentioning how pleased we were that people are actually recording their coin purse openings.
That
We
is
saw the one of
awesome.
like 700 of them, and reporting on the number of crystals that they got. We're doing the exact same tests internally as well, and so we're really appreciative when we see it being done by our players. We saw folks, compiling spreadsheets of their rates
Oh,
and
yeah.
such. So no, that's fantastic to see, and that's great. It means that you're testing, which is what we do open beta for. So let's see. Do we have anything we wanted to add on to that? I think it's a good broach to that topic.
Yeah, pretty much. So somebody had asked earlier while we were setting up if we were going to get another build before launch. And we are, like, Excel is here and also in Korea. We're talking with them about the possibility of getting another build. There's a couple other things we want to tweak that are, fairly minor, and we're going to see, maybe. No guarantees. As soon as we know when we're getting another build and we can launch it, we will
will
share
say
that
something.
information.
Seriously, the moment. There's no reason for us to hold it from you. We want you guys to have a good time in Head Start. We want it to be as successful as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no worries there. I know I saw a really good one stream on by about. Nope. No way.
No, it's gone.
there's
It's
something-
gone.
It's gone forever.
It's in the history of the chat. I'm sorry.
Sweet.
Let's see. Do we want to move on? I know we touched on layer potions just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess we already touched that one. Do we want to move to the next topic? I guess about mount normalization.
Yeah, sure. We can have that one.
Okay. Basically, as you guys may or may not be aware, we normalize the mount speeds to fit into 2 tiers. This is sort of a low tier of 9.0 meters per second and a high tier of 10.0 meters per second. The rationale, I'll actually let my producers take care of, but we saw a lot of feedback, and we wanted to kind of follow up on that.
Yeah. So something that Excel Games has seen in Korea and many MMOs actually in North America have also seen, it's considered something called stat creep or power creep, right? Stat inflation. So one of the problems that Excel had seen in Korea and was attempting to head off for us as well is that they fell into a pattern of the only mounts worth obtaining was the best mount in the game. All of the other mounts were useless. We don't want to be selling the best in slot items on the store. So if the best mount in the game is only on the cash shop, that kind of goes against that. So the idea is that mounts are cosmetic. Obviously you have 2 different tiers of them, right? Low tier, high tier. We are looking into expanding that for some of the higher acquisition mounts, like the honor mounts, to kind of it's an in-game achievement. So there's room for that there as well. But yeah, the general gist of it is normalize mount speeds. Mounts are a cosmetic thing, so you can pick whatever mount you want to look, the appearance of the mount you want to be riding instead of only by, well, this one has the best stats and the best abilities.
So now our mounts are a little bit different from mounts in other games like, say, Rift. And so the mounts also have abilities.
Yeah.
So this does let you go ahead and pick the look and the abilities that you would like without having to worry about speed as well. So if you want a Yada, you can ride around on a Yada and be just as fast as someone riding around on a horse.
And I guess the other thing to point out is with this change, I'll be paying attention to the feedback during Head Start, and additional balancing is absolutely still in the cards. Moreover, we're even looking potentially at adding a third tier.
A third tier, right? Like giving more room. This is like literally blanket first pass on this. Normalize everything. Work on it from there.
Absolutely. And one other thing to note, I did see somebody asking about cows and donkeys. Yes, they do have their own special
their own
tier,
tier.
which is slower.
Donkeys are still donkey speed.
Yeah.
They are the best mounts in the game. I'm kind of sad. I would like a 10 speed mount.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of why I think I'm going to have to buy a bunch of some of our luck boxes because I want Carrot.
Carrot's pretty sweet.
All of my loyalty points are probably going to go into trying to get Carrot.
Yeah, but again, the goal is definitely to see just more mount variety in the game, seeing people not having to be forced into a choice simply because it's the best and you have to fit that in there. So,
and this also allows us to do things like introduce additional mounts as they come out without having to worry about having folks, oh, this new mount is the only one to get. We want you guys to be able to have a choice. And that includes making it easier for us to do things like, put the Pegasus on the store. Because it won't be extra powerful. It will be in line with everything else.
Yeah. With open beta complete, I can't believe that beta's complete again. It's kind of striking. Head Start being all of 72, 96 hours away.
Don't count.
Don't
Just
count?
count
Okay,
it.
don't count. All right. I know that there's a
Think about
countdown.
that.
I've seen the link to the countdown. So.
Because then they'll be like, I'll know how much not sleep I'm getting.
yeah, not sleep. It's like the antimatter of sleep.
Yes.
How are we doing on preparing for Head Start and launch? I guess is the next topic.
All of our servers came down on Monday, and we have been crazy wiping everything, getting everything ready to go again, making sure that everyone's going to get all of their stuff, all of their patron access, the Founders Pack items are going to be delivered, just making sure that it's all ready and ready to go. We've had folks testing the servers, doing very detailed tests on all of the servers, each individual server, to make sure that they are all going to be set and ready to go on Friday. So I saw some comments about the launch servers, and the OBT servers are the launch servers, or at least they're the Head Start servers. So you guys have fun with those. Pick where you want to go. I know there's a thread on the forums somewhere about
Trying to figure out who's going where.
which guild is going where, so that you guys can either choose to go to or choose to avoid a server, depending on who you wish to avoid. So it should be kind of fun.
Yeah, and I think that that's the other thing too. Just notice we do not plan on adding additional servers either at Head Start or at launch at this point. If we do, it'll be purely based on traffic needs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too full, then yeah.
And for folks who have already gotten their Glyph clients downloaded and ready to go, if you played in open beta or any of our betas, then the delta from there to our Head Start build is just going to be a patch. You should be good to go. You do not need to re-download everything.
Let's see. One other good one there that I know I saw. Yes, a question about how people are going to start with regards to their labor points at the very beginning. So actually, you guys will all be starting with 0.
So it'll be empty.
It'll be the moment
First
when you
server.
log in that you actually begin to generate them.
Yep.
Offline for our patrons, obviously, during Head Start. You won't actually be carrying over your labor point quantity from OB.
OBG.
We are wiping
New.
everything
Fresh
from
server.
beta. Absolutely everything. So, and I have a lot of people like, well, by everything, do you mean like the character names? Do you mean the guilds? Do you mean like
Everything.
everything, guys? Like totally everything. Completely new database. So that hopefully sets that in stone.
I did see someone asking about Europe versus North America.
Yeah.
So for turning on Head Start and for turning on launch, they will be coming up together. But other than that, we will be doing different times. So patches and restarts will happen at different times in North America and in Europe. And when we turn on Aurora, we will turn it on at different times in North America and Europe. So
Similar to how Rift does their, basically non-prime time restarts, right?
Yep. And the main reason for that, just so that you guys know we're just not trying to be troublesome here. The main reason for that is because when we do things like turning on Head Start that requires a special entitlement, or turning on Live that requires no entitlement, we have to make changes to our platform environment. And that environment affects everyone worldwide. So we don't really have an option of doing it piecemeal. So it all has to come up or down at the same time. When it's just server-specific stuff, we can adjust that to be appropriate for wherever you are.
Seeing a lot of other hot topics that I've actually addressed on the boards. I'm actually writing them down so I can address them
He's making
all.
notes.
I
He's
really
taking
am
notes
taking
right
notes
now.
here. Let's see, we've got some good ones here, including healer quest rewards, fishing boats, character slots, age split. I'll go through them all right now. Fishing boats. Basically, there was a crafting mat that was unintentionally removed. The notion was that it potentially was used for some items that
It's not
required
the notion, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it was part of the
is.
cars, and it was part
Yeah.
of the submarines, and so they disabled the recipe. The recipe itself does not take any of the Aurora items. It is required for fishing boats. So we have said, hey, can we turn this recipe back on? Because this is not something that needs to be blocked at this time.
So we're trying to get them back because we want fishing boats in.
But yeah, it looks like accidental over shutting off of
Yeah.
recipes.
Yeah,
basically.
they just turned off the sub recipe as well by accident.
So that's fishing boats. Healer quest rewards. One of the biggest feedback that we got during closed beta was that there wasn't good items for basically healer spec folks to really progress easily through the game. This was something which XL hadn't dealt with during its sort of the early days.
Yeah, because they made these changes after their game had been
These
live.
changes are different.
Yeah.
Right. So it's something which we've requested, but we don't actually have a time frame for at this moment, unfortunately. So that actually will not be changed for launch.
Aware of existence for sure.
Definitely aware
Yeah,
of it.
it's something that's unique to games that have not been live for a year when they put those changes in.
Got folks asking about Founders Packs on Steam. So we're still working on the integration behind that, and but currently Founders Packs will be available on our website and have been since before they were on Steam. But looks like we're not going to get the Founders Packs back on Steam before launch.
So I will point out also to keep in mind that once we launch, we will be removing the Founders Packs from everywhere
Yeah.
and introducing starter packs. And those starter packs are going to include a combination of patron time, credits, and other items that are really useful for folks who are getting started. And those starter packs, once we get the integration with Steam up and running again, will be also on Steam.
Character slots should be available for purchase during Head Start. That is the plan. I've got a lot of guys asking me for the price. We're aiming for 1,000 credits a hit. And again, since I got it wrong actually initially on the forums, and we corrected it about like 2.5 minutes later. You will start off with 2 characters. You will have a maximum available to purchase of up to 6 characters, but a limit of 4 characters per server. And in addition, you'll be able to actually have those 6 on per region, I believe.
Per region,
Yes,
yeah.
per
So,
region.
yeah,
Yeah.
slots are per region. So 6 maximum Europe, 6 maximum NA.
So it's hopefully that hit a lot of the topics I was seeing streaming by.
And I do
yeah,
want to
please.
point out really quickly, because I know someone's going to ask, your labor pool is also split by region. So you have a separate labor pool on North America and a separate labor pool in Europe.
It's like a mirror of your account, right? Like it's 2 instances of your account, North America and Europe.
And the same counts for your loyalty tokens. So if you log in North America, you'll get loyalty tokens there. You won't get them in Europe.
Yeah, those are good additions to what I was saying.
And like they're gonna ask because it's interesting. It's good information to know.
I think you actually have the latest on this one with regards to how we're changing the auction house split from what it was in closed beta and open beta to how we're actually going to have it at Head Start and launch.
And I don't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay.
We will get that information out to you
On the
guys.
forums, yeah.
But it's pretty much going to be in North America, there will be 3 servers per auction house. And in Europe, there will be 2 servers per auction house. We've done that specifically so that as we bring on new servers, if they are needed post-launch, because that's happened in most regions, so we're hoping it happens in our region as well, we will put them into existing auction house pools so they're not sitting out all on their lonesomes.
I got that one. And then I'm actually wondering this one too. When can we start downloading the launch build? It's as soon as
Now.
we have. Oh, now. Okay, it's now.
It's already up.
That answers that.
If
so
we get a new build, it'll be a patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, so if you already have the OBT build, I mean, that is your
Yep,
launch
you're
build.
good.
That's your install, which is why it's up now.
it's easy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Those were sort of the ones that I grabbed out of the chat. I guess we can continue down the list if there are ones we.
The Patron and Apex stuff, so I've been seeing people hit this up through chat as well. We've kind of implied it before, but we can basically state like pretty surely now. Basically, Patron pricing is identical to Rift. Apex pricing identical to Rift's pricing for similar things. So basically, if you're concerned about what is the prices, you can go look at Rift's store and see what the prices will be for Archeage.
Okay.
And we're going to be updating our website to have all of that information on the website. I'm honestly not exactly sure when that update is happening. Sometime
by launch.
Next week and a half.
I also saw someone ask if free-to-play players can buy auction house listing. Absolutely yes. That is available through the cash shop in-game, through the marketplace. You can go ahead and buy the permanent ability to unlock posting auctions for your account that way.
And don't forget, you can always buy an Apex on the auction house, and anyone can purchase from the auction house using in-game gold and use the credits from that Apex to go ahead and unlock the auction house for yourself permanently. Do keep in mind that the auction house item itself should not be tradable, so you will have to do it on each character, I believe, that you want to do that on. So if you open one Apex, you should be able to actually get a bunch of characters set up.
For those who actually are not already aware of it, I'm seeing a lot of people asking, well, what is Apex?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess, so
Sweet.
We've been living with it for so long.
Yeah, we're used to this acronym.
We're used to it.
a little bit,
Cool.
yeah.
Apex, it stands for Archeage Patron Exchange, but really what it is, it's a method for players to buy credits from other players through in-game gold. So it's an item that someone buys through our website. This item can be redeemed for credits. It can be sold on the auction house. It can be traded to another character. So you can go on the auction house, buy an Apex for gold, consume it for credits, and use those credits to make credit purchases without actually spending real-life money.
So those credit purchases can include anything from permanent access to the auction house to Patron, which will give you access to the auction house on all of your characters. So either way you go, you are set to go. Or pretty much anything else that's on the store. So if you like that really cool costume when we put them up there, Apex is the way to get it.
And then have we actually finalized the pricing of Apex? Or
It's $10
$10
for
for an
it's
Apex.
identical to Rift's.
there you go.
I saw some people asking that too. It is
Yeah.
identical to Rift's pricing, $10.
Yeah,
It makes it much easier for our finance team when they're all the same price.
it's true. And then forgive me if you guys actually mentioned, but it may be worth pointing out that 2 Apex will actually be needed for the patron.
Right.
Yes,
The
for
30
one-
day, the 30-day pass for Patron in game will take two Apex to afford. Yes.
I'm seeing this one asked a lot from a couple of folks, and I actually don't know the answer. Do we have a sense of like the general drop table for the Daru chests? I believe it's the Explorer and the Merchant.
The loyalty
Loyalty
points. ones?
Actually, no. It looks like they're asking about the Founders Pack version.
Oh, those are the
those
same
are
loyalty ones.
Oh, those are the same ones.
Those are
Sorry.
the same ones you can buy in the loyalty
That
store.
makes it easier.
So if you like them, you can get some more. So you
Right.
log in a lot.
General gist of it is expect things like Carrot Dash and unique lighters.
Ooh.
We typically don't share the drop tables for any of
No.
our boxes, but
Just a general
those
sense
are
of,
some of the ideas of what you can get from those.
Cool.
Carrot Dash is in the
Carrot
merchant
Dash
one.
is the Super Donkey and unique lighter is in there as well.
Super Donkey's a good term for it too. I remember testing that thing out.
He's bright too. Be careful because if you're running around on Carrot Dash, they can see
Everyone
you
can
from
see you
a
from a mile
mile
away.
away.
Let's see, something from the chat. No, Aurora will not be open at launch. And actually, I just got corrected on the messaging on this one in the last meeting. We will be opening it. One, will be based on guild activity. And 2, we're looking at weeks, not months.
I do want to correct something
Please.
really quickly. By saying it takes 2 Apex to buy a 30-day pass, we do not mean you need to spend 100% of those credits. It is identical to Rift pricing, which is not $20 a month.
And so you'll have some extra credits laid
Left
over
over.
to go ahead and buy other stuff if you would like.
I'm also seeing some folks coming in a bit late to the stream. That's okay. We're about a half hour in, give or take. And a couple of repeat questions. Did we want to reiterate some of the hop-on stuff? For instance, the labor potions, how we're talking to Excel about reverting the cooldown, I believe?
Yes. So again, we have a very hopefully short meeting tomorrow with XL, but it'll be entertaining. And it's always entertaining
It
when
is.
you say something in English and then it has to get translated to Korean and back again. So it's always pretty cool. But we are going to be talking about reverting the labor potions to the 12-hour cooldown potions, and talking about further increasing the drop rate for Archeum.
So for you latecomers, there's your answer.
When we have details, we will share them.
Let's see, I already actually did the Founders Pack on Steam topic. I guess just as a general missive on with regards to botting and spamming, honestly, the chat filter is continually improved throughout all of beta.
Yep.
We're continuing to work with Excel to make it even better.
Yep.
I can actually now say ing verbs without getting blocked. That made me very happy.
Yeah.
But
Bad word somewhere.
right, exactly. But on top of that, we also have our own engineers scripting better ways to catch botters in the act, I believe.
Yes. Some of you may have actually heard of him by his in-game name, GM Smackdown.
Yep.
He is smacking down the botters and the spammers quite happily, because if you want to rile him up, just say, "Hey, dude, this is a botter," and he goes. Yeah. He hates botters. So we have a number of different things in place. We have our own chat detection. That's not really filtering. It's more of a detection. Yeah. That when you spam often enough, we will figure out who you are, ban you, kick you off the server with you. And then he's also created a number of different tools that actually monitor your in-game activities. So if you kill too many things or do other things that aren't appropriate for what a normal player would do, you go on a list, and we check out that list, and bad people get banned. So
that is actually reviewed by a human, right?
Yes,
so someone is actually looking at that.
So don't worry if you've just happened to be on for 48 hours for the first 2 days of Head Start. You're a human being. We will look at you and see what you're doing, and you should be fine.
Let's see, one other one which I see related to the patron topic, and actually we've had this one asked since we started doing the Founders Packs. When does my patron begin? And the answer is
when you
at
log
launch.
in.
Yeah.
When you log in.
But not during Head Start.
Start.
When you log in.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay, when you log in.
When you log in.
Okay.
Well, there's the answer.
There you go.
Let's see. One other follow-up to the Daru Chess other. We talked about this actually, I want to say like 6 live streams ago, the slight difference between Explorer and Merchant crates, and the notion being that one was more geared to the people who were looking to make a home and kind of settle down. The other's looking to more go off and explore the world. Kind of a general sense of the two, and I know it's not exactly, it's on a loot table, but that is sort of the delta between them. Also, again, as people actually go into the store, they start buying these, I promise you they're going to be sharing their findings in the forums, on wikis. Yeah, well. And you'll be able to get a better sense of what drops that way as well.
Cool. I want to echo something just
Please.
because I'm seeing it again. If you have the beta client, you are pretty much good to go for launch. Just maybe on Thursday, log in, make sure that you download any patches that come between now and then, and you should be good to go.
Yeah. Let's see, somebody asked about the, what was it? It was either the hotbar topic or the labor potion cost topic. I guess for the hotbar topic, just quickly, that's actually one of, I want to say 4 technical issues that we've communicated to Excel. The others would be inverted mouse, windowless borderless mode, windowed
borderless mode.
I say it definitely every single time. Windowed borderless mode. And then, of course, skill queue, which blessedly actually is not in the chat at the moment, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. So these are all different topics that we have brought up to the Excel. Some changes are simpler. Some changes don't require nearly as much dev time. Others, like say the skill queue, require
a whole new system.
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
have in place.
Yeah, another one on that level would be different PvP flagging, for instance. We understand these are definitely big topics, and these are things that we would love to see ourselves, but they will take some time.
Yep.
Right now, we're focusing on launching.
I do want to also just clarify that those are not the only technical topics
No.
that we have raised to Excel.
No.
Those
the topic.
Yeah, those are sort of the top ones. That and the flagging changes are definitely things that we understand are very important to you guys as players. They're also really important to us because we're also all players. So I think we have most of the company currently clamoring at me to know when they can log in.
Yeah.
That happens every meeting too, I think.
Every meeting, somebody says,
we log in.
when can I log in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see, other fun things. Oh, I did want to add, since and actually this is a relatively newer topic, with us actually going live, and with folks actually having pointed out there's sort of a sense of either memory leak on their clients or servers sort of gain more and more latency the longer they're up. We actually are preparing to do weekly, actually bi-weekly restarts of the servers to make sure that servers stay healthy and your experience is as good as it should be. So normally it's something we would put up in the service status section say you're going to have these updates, but I figure, might as well
Be
know
aware
ahead of
now.
time.
And obviously we're going to keep an eye on that too, right? And like if it's no longer needed, if servers are holding steady and the load is not too high, we can try to reduce that so like fewer downtime. But
And we will continue to post it on the forums and announce it in the game itself when those restarts are happening, so you're not caught by surprise.
Let's see. I did see one asking actually about the flagging issue. So basically, just so you guys have a little more detail on that for those who aren't aware, it's essentially if you are off PvPing in foreign lands, it can be difficult if others are healing your target,
healers not getting
and the
flagged.
healers don't actually get auto flagged. So it kind of is not a great experience.
Yeah, group members don't get flagged.
Yeah.
Healers don't get flagged. Yeah.
This is only, I will point out, however, really an issue in some of the protected zones.
Right.
Because if you are in a PvP zone, just kill them.
Open all the time.
Exactly.
But we have brought it up.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
definitely something that XL is aware of. That is a pretty hefty system change to basically how aggro and flagging works, tagging, mob tagging works for their entire game. So.
And then I only had one more thing on the botting and spamming topic, which I started with, which was that for those who aren't already aware, we actually do have the in-game reporting tool for if you detect botting or you suspect botting. And then actually, some don't know about this, that actually if you report accurately, you actually get a small, I believe it's a customer reward, like a small labor
You get some
bonus or
labor back.
something.
You get your
some
labor back and a bonus on top of it, actually, for
helping
accurate
us.
reporting.
Yeah.
Yep.
For those who are actually going to be experiencing, if you're actually experiencing like genuine harassment though, don't use that system. Just use our support center. Our team is
Yeah.
24/7.
Please.
They're very eager to handle those issues, but not via the game client.
And just because some of the questions came up, if you have patron access, you should be able to get to the live chat. There are some additional things that will allow you to get to the live chat, but I don't remember them off the top of my head, so I can't repeat them. So if you're a patron and you have any issues with the live chat, please let us know.
I'm seeing this one, but I'm just going to say it as a joke. The person asking for an expansion patch schedule. Let's launch the game first, please. Let's
It's
get
not
one
that
thing
we're
at a
not aware of
time.
1.7 and everything coming. We definitely are, because I mean, quite frankly, internal translation of that has to start now. It's actually
Right.
already started.
Yeah.
So in terms of getting the text ready, because it has to go Korean to English, English to French and German, 1.7 is rapidly approaching, and that's a little bit terrifying.
Let's just get through launch
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
Good idea.
Although, on the other hand, I'm totally dying to deck out my boat.
Yep.
But that's another.
They have some good stuff coming.
Yeah, I do.
So it's hard to believe we're actually already at 45 minutes or so. I'd love to
Holy
do
cow.
a little more like targeted Q&A since we actually went through every single topic I wrote down, I think, just about. The marketplace will be available at the start of Head Start. Housing will be able to start at Head Start. Any rumors to the contrary are just rumors.
Yeah.
Not sure where they came
There's no.
from.
I've seen someone ask, "Is there a limit on number of houses?" The limit is how many you can support in terms of tax payments.
Correct.
There is no hard limit, but the taxes do increase exponentially once you get past like 3 houses on your account. That is your account, not per character. So if you're trying to have 10 farms, I hope
You're
you
gonna
have
pay
a lot
for
of
it.
friends to help you pay for those farms.
And don't forget, you can get those taxes either by spending your own labor to get a bound version of a tax certificate. You can get a tax certificate off the loyalty store. That is enough to cover a reasonable house and land per week. And then you can also buy additional ones from the marketplace if you choose. Again,
And
you
you
can
can
also
actually-
use Apex for those.
And you can actually buy them off the auction house because
That's true.
those are tradable, right? So people can buy tax certificates, sell them on the auction house. You have the option of going there too.
Yep.
You have more gold and you know what to do with.
Go for it. Then,
It's a good
then
option.
hi, I'm a friend. 'Cause I'm always poor.
We saw a person asking about the character deletion cooldowns.
Yep.
I believe, I don't think I'm going to remember this one offhand. 1 through 10, it's 5 minutes. 10 through 30, it's 15.
10 minutes.
Should be 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So 10 minutes, and then it was 10 through 30 was something closer to like
Why
a
don't we
day?
just post it?
Yeah, you just post
Yeah,
it.
well, because I
There I
did
want,
post
yeah.
it, I just don't remember the,
Oh,
the
okay.
times offhand.
So it's
But
on the fo-
basically,
it's on
it
the forums.
scales a lot, and it scales up to a full week actually for anyone between 30 and 50. That one I do remember. But yeah, so those are going to be in for launch as well.
It helps with a lot of things, right? It helps shut down some of the like character churn exploits. It helps at the high end for, say you do actually get a hacked account and you have a high level character. Well, now they can't just delete your character and it's gone for real. That week cooldown often enough time for you to get in contact with us for us to catch it and restore that character.
Yep.
So it helps, and it also helps against spammers, right?
Yes.
They can't just like make their level 1, spam it, delete it, make a level 1. They're limited in
They
how
do
fast
that.
they can do that.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we've also implemented additional security with the Glyph client,
Yep.
and that security is coming to the web as well.
Yep.
So
And
it's
do
going to be.
expect to see that actually the first time you log in
Yes.
is that email with the code to unlock your current location.
And if you are a Rift player, because I saw some folks saying that they are Rift players already,
Yeah.
and you have coin locked or uncoin locked yourself, those locations are all saved with the new security, so you won't have to do that again.
I did see one question about Founders Pack perks and who they will go to. We actually messaged about this on the FAQ, I want to say about a week ago. So essentially it'll be your first 6 characters. And actually we also have in the FAQ the division of which items go specifically to your first character that you log in with, or which ones go to all of them.
To reiterate that really quickly,
Yeah.
For the Archeum Founders Pack, that is the only one that has a difference. The Darrow Troves, Darrow Chests, and the Crest Brainstorm are the only things that only go to your first character. Everything else goes to your first 6 characters.
Yeah. Those are sort of all of our prepped questions to address. Did we want to open up to more Q&A, even though we've kind of already been doing some for a while
There's
now?
Q&A here.
Yeah, it's kind
going.
of already happening. If you haven't yet, just to kind of prepare for a giveaway that we're planning on doing, be sure to follow the channel, because that's what you got to do, or I think you got to do. Yeah. Any other things that are jumping out at you guys that we haven't already addressed? Again, we talked about a lot of stuff here, folks. If you haven't, if you're just joining us, we've addressed everything from alpha, open beta, marketplace, Archeum scarcity, layer potions, mount speed, head start prep, patron, like a whole bunch of stuff.
If you didn't play an open beta, go download now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, I think
All right.
we can.
Cool. So actually, since I've seen a bunch of requests, I want to do a special giveaway.
You want to do a special giveaway?
I think this should be in addition to our normal 3 giveaways.
Okay, we can do that.
And that is of a shirt.
We can do a shirt. Oh, you mean
So
this
lots
one?
of requests, not that
Not
one.
the one he's
No,
actually
not the one I'm
wearing.
wearing.
Not the one he's
the-
actually wearing.
This Archeum, not Archeum, wow.
That one.
Archeage shirt. Yeah. Not the one. This is mine.
No, no.
Can't have this one.
He only has
You don't want it.
No.
Wow. that happened.
HR?
All right.
We're a little punchy at this point.
Tiny bit.
All right, so this is where we know that Amanda here hasn't run the fun, exciting giveaways already, so you're going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, now where to go?
Oh, where did it go?
We had a
Where's the
widget
giveaway?
that did giveaways.
So refresh the dashboard to see if it comes on back. Should be working. If it doesn't, we'll use an iPod. Yeah,
Yeah.
just give that a shot. Oh boy.
Okay then, I what it is.
Nope, there it is. You see the little gift icon?
Ah.
It moved.
That's it. They did move it.
This is what happens when we don't do this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Twitch updated
All
their
right.
stuff. Awesome.
Cool. So just for the record, even though you guys are already doing it, typing in the chat doesn't actually grant
Sorry,
you
guys,
additional
that doesn't
chances.
work.
You don't need to type anything.
All it does is trigger blinkiness right now.
It means that anyone who's actually asking questions, we can't see them.
I did catch a good one though. Somebody did ask about the Founders Pack items being tradable. That's not entirely the case. Like for instance, the Daru chests themselves are not.
tradable.
The contents that are
Items
in
are,
them
yeah.
are.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And that is intentional.
Yes. That's part of why you only get one character's worth.
All right. So I think, yeah, you just do a roll there, and it'll
All right.
tell us if they are followers, and looks like they are
They're
followers.
following.
Okay,
Woohoo.
I'm writing down names.
Okay, Kazaragi. I am
Kazuragi.
terrible with names, I will warn you now. You
Was
should've-
this for a Founders Pack or is this for the
This
shirt?
is for the shirt.
Ooh,
That was for the
Kazuragi
shirt? Oh,
with the shirt.
wow.
Snap.
Okay,
Minimal
congratulations,
fanfare.
Kazuragi.
Kazuragi for the
Yeah,
win.
just surrounding up right as. All right,
Awesome.
cool.
All
Oh,
right.
and just so, just quickly,
Yeah.
if your name comes up, we'll contact you via Twitch, via message. We'll
Yep.
get your pertinence and get you your stuff.
Okay, now these are for Founders Packs.
Founders
AFPs.
Oh,
Archeum
Archeum
ones.
Founders Packs.
Important
Yes.
clarification.
The good ones.
So you get the pretty stuff. Well, they're all pretty stuff.
Ladiclavius.
Mm.
That's a name.
I
I'm
know
going
it's-
to let you pronounce them all. I think you pronounce it
Okay, we got
Ladiclavius.
Archeum for Ladiclavius. Congratulations.
Yay. Psycho Brownie.
Okay, I like that name.
Spell
That's
without the H. That's
Yeah,
going to be
without the H.
important.
without the H.
Psycho Brownie. Yep. Okay, got it.
And we have one more.
One more.
And one more.
Starshade. With
Star
an underscore.
underscore
In case
Shade.
there's multiple star shades out there.
Yes.
Yeah. And another AFP. Excellent. Well, hey, guys. Thanks for joining us. And I cannot believe that Head Start is this Friday.
I know. It's gonna be fun.
No more weekends forever.
What server are you rolling on?
And I'm not saying.
They're not. Oh, okay.
I am.
Yeah, don't actually say.
Yeah.
Firecate will be on all servers.
Yes,
Oh.
that's true. Cool. Well, thank you guys for coming out. And if there's things we didn't get to, if you have follow-up, I will be on the forums. Feel free to hit me up there. I'll be trying to answer everything I can. I did catch one really good one, though, that I missed earlier, and that was about the question about limiting Hazlitt to Tier 1. My community manager brain, I believe, has the answer of essentially that the tiers beyond that were actually intended more as effectively kind of welfare or catch-up weapons to
Yes.
meet with Korea's basically the power creep that they had going on over there. Because we're new servers, new service, not needed right now.
Yep.
So it's kind of more just the Tier 1 is in line with the power that they can get through with the crafting.
Yep.
Did I get that right?
And the tier 1s are.
Yay!
pretty
I got that
good on
right.
their own.
Okay.
Pretty ones are pretty sweet.
Cool. So there's your answer. Other than that, yeah. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Cool.
Sweet, everyone.
Thanks, guys.